Fire away.
Just the lost kind of caps how the year has kind of gone this year, team battles and just look down.
It's amazing, yeah. It sort of sums it up, doesn't it? I mean, how many times we've had games similar to that. You know, you battle and you scratch and claw and you know, power play gets on the board, scores a big goal for us, and then obviously find a way to let it slip away at the end. So yeah, it's disappointing.
You know, we've talked about this a lot about, you know, late game situations, learning how to win.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about this morning about habits. Why do you think this team, you know, throughout the year, never really could figure it out?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's obviously something that's got to be corrected. You know, winning hockey games and understanding that every play can be the difference in the hockey game. You know, 2 of the goals that they scored tonight come from offensive zone situations that we have to learn and recognize just how important, how critical those areas are. You know, you look at a number of the goals that we've given up this year, a lot of them we have the puck on our stick at that particular time. So a sense of awareness, game management, clock management, you know, also taking what the other team's giving you, but just sort of the idea that, you know, you have to really have the urgency in those situations to not lose the puck. Taking care of the puck is everything in this game. You can defend all you want, but I mean, if you turn pucks over, you're going to give the other team momentum. I think we saw that in the second period with us tonight. The things we were doing well in the first period, we stopped doing in the second, and because of that, you lose offense. Because of that, the other team gets momentum, the other team gets scoring opportunities.
Something that you did kind of figure out was you had 2 power play goals and putting a 5-on-3 was the first. What was clicking for that tonight?
The power play's hot. I mean, obviously, those guys went out and did a great job. You know, Frosty wins a big face-off for us on the 5-on-3. You know, just it's amazing how many opportunities Tip has had lately that haven't been going in. So I'm glad that he got rewarded with that, and I like the mindset of it. To be honest with you, it's one pass and it's just a one-timer hard at the net, and obviously the first goal is a real nice play as well.
Without being specific, but what do you try to convey to your team after a year like this one?
I'm sorry, what was that?
Without being specific in terms of the message, but what do you try to convey to or do you convey to your team after a year like this?
Well, I think first of all, obviously we've got to learn. Motivation is not going to be an issue heading into next year, but there's you know, tonight is not the time for that big message. Obviously, we've got a couple days here to make sure that we have an opportunity to really sit down with the group and sort of make it very clear as far as what the expectations are going forward. You know, paint the picture of what we have to become.
Like you mentioned that the good things that you've been doing in the first period did not carry over to the second period. Why has consistency from period to period been such an issue for you guys?
Well, certainly it's a big part of it's execution. When you're talking about second period, you've got the long change, you know, a great deal of it. You see at certain points through the game, there's plays that are made that are bouncing over our stick and just situations where we have to bear down in those opportunities. I also think it's, you know, again, one area in particular that I believe that this group can grow is a willingness to be willing to grind a little bit more offensively. You know, quite often I feel like we want to just get the puck and skate through everybody. And so the awareness to recognize what the other team's giving you and what they're taking away in those situations. And too many times in that second period, we were just trying to skate through when we had no speed and turning pucks over. So we've got to be willing in those situations to have better speed support skating to areas that, you know, use a little bit more indirect plays with the puck to set up our offensive zone play, and we didn't get enough of that in the second.
Like, you got a 10-game look at Bobby Brink after he finished college. Well, you know, obviously his ice vision, his passing ability, you know, stood out at times. I'm curious though, what do you think there's opportunities for improvement heading into the offseason?
Well, I think the biggest thing, the biggest thing for me is the physical side of things, and the off season I think is going to be very important for him. You know, obviously you go from playing in college to now you're playing against men, and so, you know, he's a guy that you know, he's got really good hockey sense. He's a guy that protects the puck really well, which I think, you know, as I talked about and alluded to, I think winning hockey is so much of it is just how you can manage the puck, protect the puck, be strong on it. and for a smaller player, he has the ability to do that. He could definitely get bigger and faster and stronger. And I think a good summer and this opportunity for him to come here and now know what he's up against is going to provide him that, certainly that motivation going into the summer. He's done a lot of good things, and I think that, in itself is the biggest thing that he's going to have to work on.
Like, if this in fact was Keith Handel's last game, what do you say? What did he bring to this team? I know he had a rough year, but we're a lot of professionals, obviously, to the team. But what do you say about his career?
Well, I can tell you that right up to the very end, he did everything he could for his teammates. We had him read the starting lineup tonight. You saw the guys were fired up and came out with a good start. I don't know that I've been around another player that's loved by his teammates the way that Keith is. And obviously, there's the streak, which was amazing to be a part of that. We're all very, very grateful to be a part of that. And then the ending of the streak was very difficult. And I can tell you, like, for myself, obviously being very involved in that situation, I have a great deal of respect for the way that Keith handled it. He was a great professional, continued to treat me and everybody else with a ton of respect and continue to go out and do his job. So I think that, again, says a lot about who he is.
Hey, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.